Welcome back, it's Nine, and today we are going to be discussing some more Elden Ring with a new rumor coming from a reliable source. We are also going to be talking about London Studios' next project, likely going to be another PSVR title, probably PSVR 2 if anything. Now before we get into that, if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. Let's get right into it, starting with this Elden Ring rumor. This comes from WCCFtech.com, and it's titled Elden Ring to feature PvP online multiplayer Souls series class system. So speaking on the Reset Era forums, Omnipotent, who proved to be a reliable insider in the past, confirmed that Elden Ring will feature PvP and online multiplayer features. So if you guys remember, this is something that was not in Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, so people are excited more than likely to see this make a return. He also went on to say that PvP and multiplayer aren't the only features that will make a comeback in Elden Ring, as the game will feature the same character creation and class systems seen in the Souls series. Omnipotent also commented on the Elden Ring trailer that leaked online this week. He says, "I'm going to avoid detailing how this happened, but I will say that this was neither a controlled nor intentional leak orchestrated by Bandai and FromSoft to generate hype or something silly like that. It's your usual run-of-the-mill leak. This trailer was made by Bandai for internal use only, and there's a good chance From probably wasn't even aware of it, let alone in control of it. This specific trailer wasn't intended to be viewed by the public at this or any other time, as far as I can tell. I will also state that while I have heard that a reveal is in the works for soon, this leak surfacing now is merely coincidental and isn't an indication that anything is going to happen right this second. I doubt this forces Bandai's hand into doing anything sooner than they want, as it seems like they were already made aware of the situation prior to it going public anyway." So that sounds interesting. I wonder how true this is, if this is in fact true. I'm also curious why they haven't gone ahead and started striking channels that did post any footage, as that's like a big no-no when it comes to leaking content, especially on YouTube. They usually strike you down for that, and you get a content strike. In some cases, like major cases, your channel can be closed down completely. And from what I can tell, they haven't done that to anybody. So that begs the question, why is it that they haven't tried to do anything? And I know a lot of people might say, well, what's the point? It's out there. It's out there. But it's pretty easy to spot the footage and shut it down. It's not hard for YouTube to do that at all, as we've seen with many other leaks before in the past. Now, when it comes to other sources and other websites, that's a different story. But when it comes to YouTube, yeah, it's a very simple matter to make sure that no footage like this is on the website. Overall, I think, yeah, they wouldn't intentionally leak something like this, especially something that, you know, a lot of people felt doesn't represent the quality of what we'd come to expect from software. And I feel like if they wanted to show off their game, what would make most sense is to release a high-quality trailer to do that. It wouldn't make sense to show off a leak. So I totally agree with the statement that it's not intentional, because it just doesn't make sense for them to do that. They've never done that in the past either, as far as I can remember. In regards to the leaked trailer, Omnipotent goes on to say, I guess it would depend on your definition of spoiler, but it doesn't really show a whole lot of anything. It doesn't even showcase some key features like weather. And to me, if that's true, if they're going to have a weather system as well, this starts to change the scope of this game. Is this going to be a much bigger game than we probably anticipated in the first place? I know we've talked about it possibly being open world, but how does that fit into the world of Souls games, right? And the gameplay mechanics and what makes a Souls game so charming? It begs the question. I don't know. A weather system could easily be added. I don't think that would be difficult, and without making it a whole big open world, but maybe semi-linear. But it's hard to say. Honestly, there's a lot of speculation and rumors and stuff, so you got to take all this as is and not think that this is, in fact, a fact or anything like that. Lastly, Omnipotent says it's a pretty colorful game, and that was their intention. Not to say that there isn't dark shit, but more bright, colorful, and vibrant is very intentionally what they were going for with Elden Ring's visual identity. And personally, for me, I actually like the idea of there being a lot of vibrant, colorful environments and characters and stuff like this. Not to say that they shouldn't have any dark moments at all. But for me personally, I love video games with a lot of color and vibrance. And, you know, I feel like it gives a different experience. And I did love Demon's Souls Remake, and even though it was like completely a dark game, but it would be nice to see like a variety within each level that you go into or each world that you go into. I think some of these things could definitely come true. I could see PvP happening, online multiplayer. I could totally see that. A class system makes sense with what we saw and the kind of game it's coming off to be. The weather system would come in well if it is, in fact, a open world game, which we don't know for sure that it is. There's a lot of rumors and speculation around it, so it's hard to know what is true and what isn't. But I did want to talk about this leak / rumor because, you know, this game has had so much happen within this week, and it's a very highly anticipated game. I want to play this game very badly. I know a lot of my audience wants to play this game, and honestly, it's something that I'd like to follow up until launch. So hopefully you guys are enjoying all this Elden Ring news, and I will definitely keep following up with this as we hear more about it. Now, on to our last topic, and this is all about London Studios. This comes from PSU.com, and it's titled London Studios' Next Project Described as Having Huge Potential with New Studio Heads Appointed. So PlayStation Studios' London studio has announced that it is appointing 2 new co-heads of the studio and also revealed some early details on their next game. The studio has appointed Tara Saunders and Stuart White as the co-studio heads, who will now lead the way for the studio in the future. So towards the end of the Q&A with both Tara and Stuart, Tara says, "Our next project has huge potential, and we want to leverage that to the max by empowering the team to thrive and deliver a top quality game." So it's questionable what they're possibly working on. Their last project was a PSVR game. It was called Blood and Truth, and they could be working on a PSVR 2 game at this point. I don't know if they could be working on just a regular PS5 game, but I feel like if their games did well on PSVR, it would make sense for them to go ahead and do PSVR 2, unless they've got 2 teams going on, one working on a standard game and then one working on a VR game. It's hard to say. I mean, we got very limited information here. It's exciting because we hear more about the PlayStation Studios working on different things, but I'm very curious to see where this is going to go. Not much else to say about that. So that's all I have for you guys in today's video. I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think about this Elden Ring leak / rumor? And lastly, what do you think of London Studios' next project? What do you think they could be working on? Could it be a VR title? Could it be a regular PS5 game? Could they have 2 teams? Let me know in the comments. And as always, if you have not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Links will be in the description, and share this video with a friend. I will talk to you all on the next one. Take care.